My love-hate relationship with social media continues. I just recorded this awesome draft in TikTok and I was trying to save it and I freaking lost it. So now I'm doing it on my phone and I hope I can remember what I was going to say. So I want to create a program for high achieving, high performance boss ladies. Being a boss lady doesn't mean that you're necessarily have your own business, but you can be a mom. You can be a high performing mom, like you're queen of the PTA, queen of the soccer moms. You take care of the home and the family and the finances, and you do all of the things. But really, I'm talking to my high achieving women in every area. Maybe you are the CEO of a multi-million dollar corporation, or maybe you're the founder or the brains behind a big brand, and you have this need to show up. Like my mom used to tell me, Kara, it's okay, you don't always have to be on. And so now I'm tired, but I want to think of the key points that I made so I can come back and create this program that I want to create, where you feel like you always have to be on. You may have imposter syndrome, even though you've created this success from the outside looking in. Everybody sees you as this amazing, inspiring, incredible person, and you are. But sometimes you don't feel like it. Sometimes you might not feel necessarily worthy of all the accolades, and we have a habit of accepting the awards and the compliments and all of the celebratory things that go on around you, but inside, or not even inside, sometimes you don't take time to just stop and congratulate yourself, even for your small victories. See, you've done it. You've done the things that other people haven't done. You've defied the odds. You've set new standards. And you are the one who's making a difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of others. And so while it's great for us to be recognized and all of that stuff from the outside, all of that can lead to overwhelm, burnout, and just feeling like nobody gets it, so you don't have anybody to talk to, right? Because most of the time, you may be in the company of people that may be doing pretty well, but they're not doing as well as you are, or they're not doing even better than you are. And so you may not, depending on how you grew up, you may feel like you don't want to look like you're bragging, so you try to humble yourself. But can I tell you that humility has its place, but not in this arena. So, just like in my own life, I created a multi-million-dollar IT company, started it in my bedroom, all while raising 6 kids under 6 and having a high-maintenance husband. And I was able to do it. Was it easy? No. Was it a challenge? Yes. Did I celebrate myself along the way as much as I should have? No. But 90% of the things that I've done, from the tax industry, from being a director at the Municipal Tax Bureau in Philadelphia, to creating a multi-million-dollar corporation, to being one of the top financial analysts in the marketing arm of Citigroup, to being the CFO of a multi-million-dollar corporation that I created, from the music industry, doing things that other people have been in the industry for years said they've never seen anything like it. They have never seen anybody who wasn't in the industry just come in, make the connections that I made, do all the things that I was able to do in such a short period of time. And you know what? It was a case of I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know what was normal for that industry. I just did what I do, which is show up and see a situation. I'm able to suss it out and know which way to go. Okay. Now, sometimes we can do all of that stuff in the business world. We can do all that stuff with the supermom cape on, but then we sometimes feel like we're doing too much. Sometimes it feels like we're not doing enough. All of these things can lead to burnout. So this program I want to create is to help you from feeling overwhelmed, burned out, maybe suffering from a little bit of imposter syndrome. In other words, who am I to deserve this, or why me? Even though you done things, maybe you don't feel all the time like you deserve those things or whatever. There's a lot of things that come into play, but we're going to work through those things. And so I really want to create this program for my high achieving boss ladies who feel like they don't have anybody to talk to, even if you talk to other women that are not necessarily in that same circle, especially if you're high achieving. Maybe you're in the forefront. Maybe you're a big influencer in your arena. You don't necessarily have millions of dollars, but people look up to you. Now, maybe you do have millions of dollars, and maybe you've made $1 million or a couple of million or hundreds of thousands a year, but you still feel like there's something missing. So we want to close that gap. We want to do it without the burnout, without the overwhelm. And we want to make it simple so that it will fit into your everyday life, but also give you a more structured and simplified approach. And also a group of women that get it. A group of women that feel just like you feel. You know, maybe they're like me. I walked away from everything. I had to start over. Was it scary? Hell yeah. Yes, it was very scary, but I did it because I had to do it, and it's what I needed to do. And so all of us have a story. We all have a story, but sometimes we don't feel like we have a safe place to share it because we don't want to feel like we're bragging. But the women that are going to be aligned with this program are going to be women that are not haters, that want to hear your story. They want to be inspired by you, whether it's in the way you made money, whether it's in the way you took a challenging family life and turned it into something amazing, or whether it's you are on your way up and you need other women that are already where you are so that they can help give you a hand up, right? They can show you some things. Maybe they can see something that you don't see. And that's what this program is going to be all about. And it's going to be, I want to have it where nobody, like my mom said, you don't always have to be on. Wouldn't it feel good not to have to just be on all the time, to show up, to always have to show up perfectly in this imperfect world? And I don't mean just physical appearance. I just mean like you're always the one that people look up to. And when you walk in the room, the atmosphere changes and you shift dynamics and you set new standards and you defy the odds and you show up and you show out, but not in a show off way. It's just who you are. And that presence and that energy intimidates some people. And it may make you feel uncomfortable. It may make you feel like I need to scale it back because people don't understand. You're going to be in a place where people understand and they have that same energy, and we all want to see each other succeed, excel, even to higher levels without stress, strain, struggle, without burning out, without adding more stuff to our plate, without having to do more of the heavy lifting. We're going to have a safe space. We're going to have a retreat. We're going to be able to rejuvenate, and we're going to be able to refresh. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to create this program. It's about time. Maybe we can all just take a deep breath in and out. Really exhale. All right. Looking forward to creating this program. Ciao for now.